I just about lost everything. I made an investment and it didn't work out at all. And not only did I make this investment, I went all in on this investment and it just wasn't good. It wasn't good judgment and I ended up losing coins. But I had the greatest damage control I've ever had in my entire career in FIFA Ultimate Team. I'm going to show you exactly what happened. Before we get started, guys, I need to show you the OneFootball app, which I use to follow all of my favorite teams and all of my favorite leagues. But on top of that, I also turn on notifications using the app to follow all of the ones to watch in Road to the Knockout card. So I can follow David Alaba, Daniel Mellon, and all of the other ones to watch guys so I can get notifications on when they score, when they get an assist, and when they might be getting an inform. Make sure to use the link down below to download now. So you know I was playing around with the Bombas, with the Klostermans, with all those rule breakers, and to be honest, I was making bank on these cards. I made several 100,000 coins in just 20 minutes, and I was continuing to make more and more coins throughout the next 24 hours. It was nonstop. It was just working so well for me. So when I saw the next dip in price for Bomba and the next dip in price for Klosterman, I thought, you know what? Why fix what hasn't been broken? Let's do it again. Hopped right back into it. And this time, he was at about 98K, 99, 100. And I bought a lot of them for about 102 to 105, okay? Which is obviously more than what I ended up selling for, as you can see on your screen right now. But what happened in between the time that I bought those cards and sold those cards is what you guys need to learn from a little bit, because I made a bad investment, and we're all going to make bad investments. It's not going to be the last bad investment I make for FIFA 22. But if you take a look at the FUTBIN graph for, we'll go with Bomba, although the other cards were similar in terms of their fluctuation. The card, over the last 48 to 72 hours, he went from about, 100,000 coins, which I bought right about here. That's when I bought, okay? I saw that dip. He was at 130, all right? I even got in on this dip and sold again, okay? And then he went back down, and I got in right here, all right? And I bought a bunch of them again, all right? Expecting to hopefully make myself another 300, 400,000 coins. Well, what happened was he never really started rising, and this is where I should have sold, okay? This is where I should have sold and just gotten rid, taken the short amount of losses, but I didn't. I was actually very busy that day, and to be fair, I had a very stacked transfer list, and I could have done it on the companion app, but I had a very busy day. I wasn't on FIFA, and during that time, he ended up dropping even further and further and further. By the point I woke up in the morning and I saw his card was 71,000 coins, and at that point, I'm a little bit panicked. Obviously, I'm looking at that. I'm like, okay, well, I'm like 2 mil coins deep in this card, and I just lost 30% of those coins, which is an extremely significant amount of coins. But here's the thing. I looked at the card. All right. I said, is this Bomba a good card? I said, yes. Is it easy to link? I said, yes. All right. And on top of that, all right, the supply is dwindling down. This is going to hit a bottom point soon, and it's going to come back up at least a little bit. All right. I said, I might not be able to get 100K for this card. I might not be able to get my coins back. I pretty much threw that out the window, but how can I limit the amount of coins I lost? And so I just waited, and I didn't panic sell, and I said the supply is going to cut eventually, all right? And then it started rising again very nicely. And at this point, I was like, okay, you know what? At this point, I might actually end up making profit on this card. But then EA threw a curveball at me, something that, to be fair, wasn't my fault at this point. They said, these rule breaker cards are going to be in packs another 24 hours. It was a mistake on EA's part. They said they were going out of packs on Thursday, and that's something I was banking on all week. And then they said, nah, Friday. And at that point, I have to worry about a preview pack on Thursday. I have to worry about a marquee matchups on Thursday, a daily SBC on Thursday, any other hype on Thursday, which can push this Bomba back down in price and Klosterman back down in price. And I said, no way. Am I going to risk it again? I just saw my Bamba go from 100K to 70K back up to 99,000 coins. I'm just going to get out of this while I can and see what happens. And you know what it is? It's 6 p.m. UK. It's content time right now in FIFA. And we did see a new preview pack, a 25K pack. We did see marquee matchups, which was obviously coming, and that gives a tradable 30K pack. And is this Jonathan Bamba dropping again? You bet your ass he is. Now, on this point of time, I'm a little bit more nervous to go in on Bamba than I was earlier this week. I'm a little bit scarred. I have a bit of PTSD from picking up that card. So I don't know if I'm going to buy quite yet, but he does have good value. We know he's a card that is going to rise out of packs eventually. The problem is how many other people are going to invest in Bamba. Am I going to be one of the only people to invest in Bamba? Absolutely not. He's been one of the most hyped up cards of the week. So there's going to be a lot of people waiting to sell those cards once he goes out of packs, which in turn is just as much supply as coming out of packs in a lot of cases. So you're going to have to wait at least a few days after he goes out of packs to truly make some good profit on the card. But there will definitely be fluctuation points for us to get in on him today. And he's dropped about 10,000 coins. And you can see as we speak, he continues to go down. So in terms of damage control on what was a terrible investment, I sold some for 95, sold most for 98 and 99. We got out of there at a perfect time to limit our losses. And in fact, we ended up making some of the coins back with some SBC fodder investments that I got for 10 to 11,000 coins. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear my transfer list. We're going to take a deep breath. We're going to take a little bit of a loss on those coins. We actually lost about 200,000 coins in total. All right. Lost some on Kappa, lost some on Klosterman, lost a lot on Bamba because after tax, I'm losing about 7 to 8K per card, and I had so many of them, added up to about 200K loss. That's all right. You know what? We take these L's in stride. We move on to the next investment. We see if we can make those back. All right? Don't get discouraged when you lose coins. All of us do. Even the best of the best traders, well above my expertise, they're going to lose coins too. You're going to lose coins. Don't get discouraged. Make sure you keep moving forward. As a lot of you also received, it's the end of Season 1, which means that you get the rewards for the season of Division Rivals. If you played 90 games, you get some pretty good rewards depending on your division. I was Division 3, which I think was probably one of the better divisions to be in terms of rewards. You don't get up against too many of the elite sweaty players, but you also get some pretty good rewards. I think Division 3 is kind of that sweet spot. At least it was in Season 1. It may have changed. I saw a lot of changes this season, so we might have to do an analysis and see what division we need to get to in the next season. But in general, this season it seemed like Division 3 was kind of the spot to be in, which was nice. So hopefully we get something out of those 100K packs. And despite the fact that EA did kind of screw us over by extending those rule breaker cards for another 24 hours, it also does make it so that we can pack them in these untradeable 100K packs. So if we do end up getting one in those 100K packs, I'll forgive you, EA. But it has to be a good one. It can't be one of the crappers. All right, give me a Bamba. Give me a Klosterman. Give me one of the big boys, even bigger than those two. All right, so we got through a couple of the untradeable packs. I did take some tradables because I won 3 games of Div Rivals, didn't play to all 7. So we've got a couple of these here, 3 rares and then at least 5 gold rares, which is pretty much always 6 rare golds. It's like half of a 50K pack. And in this pack, we get not even a board drop. It's Brazilian. It's going to be Anderson Talisca. Nothing there. Wouldn't really change too much whether it was tradable or untradeable there. 1,600 coins. That was the difference. Here we go. Half of a 50K pack. I'm feeling good about this pack. Come on now. Oh, yeah. Not as good as I thought it was going to be. It's going to be Ilkay Gundogan. It's 85 rated. That's SBC fodder. It's going to get me about 10K, right? Because you're looking at an 85, about 7K for him, and then maybe another 3K for Andre Silva. While it's not anything to get excited about, it definitely could have been worse. But here's the packs that we've been waiting for. Quite literally, for a long time. These seasons run very long at the beginning of the year. They seem like they get dragged out so long, but once you get later into FIFA, it seems like they fly by super quickly. Maybe it's just because we're on the game so much more at the beginning of the year. But here we go. If it's not a walkout, but it is, and it's going to be a rule breaker, and it's going to be Bamba. I literally just asked for him in a pack. I love this card. It really looks good. It looks like it'll play great in game. On top of that, it's French, so I will not have too much of an issue fitting this untradeable in my team. We take that all day. We know he's going for about 90,000 coins right now. We get him untradeable, and we get Senghare in the same pack. That was one of the crappers. Goes for pretty much discard. We'll see if he has any use for us in the future. Nothing else really lingering in the pack. But Bamba is a dub for sure. We also get Maxence Lacroix, who, let's be real, is always going to come in handy. Gabriel Jesus maybe off the bench. Eder Militao. A lot of these, a lot of these guys that are usable but don't go for too much, really good players to have untradeable. Really good players to have untradeable whenever you need them for objectives or something. So we'll send that all to the club. Hopefully Savic is tradable. He is. Okay, Renan Lodi, tradable. All right. Buffon. All right, we're on a streak. Di Lorenzo, you ended the streak. Not tradable. Hadabor is tradable. Mazraoui is tradable. Probably quick sell most of these guys in the end, but we'll send them to the transfer list for now. Adama Traore, I guess, is another one to have untradeable. A lot of sweaty players in that same pack. Pretty good start. Can the second Jumbo Rare Players pack live up to the hype? Because the first one, I'd say, was a fat dub, all right? Is the second one a fat dub? It's not even a walkout. It's going to be Mertens 84 rated. Not a good pack. At least we get a lot of cards to club stock with. A lot of cards that hopefully we can use for SBCs in the future. 83s, 84s. But in general, not a good second 100K pack. But we'll take it. We got a Bamba, very usable card. I'll come back to these in a second. But I want to see my team now because you guys, I have a lot of French players in my team. I've got Pogba untradeable. I've got Fekir. I've got Tchouaméni not untradeable. But we also have Varane untradeable. So it's not going to be impossible to fit this Bamba in the team. So let's see if we can actually make that work. And we still have that Carrasco as well. Another left wing card to possibly use. Now, Sterling has not done me wrong, but I feel like Bamba is going to be a level above. Pretty similar cards, actually. When you look at them, the stats are almost identical. What is the skill moves weak foot on him? 4-star, 4-star. What's the skill move weak foot? 4-star, 3-star. Okay, so a little better on the weak foot. Maybe a small upgrade on the Bamba from Sterling. But I'm not going to lie, those cards look almost the exact same. They look almost the exact same. That's pretty crazy. So good to have untradeable. We can always sell that Sterling. That's a tradable card that I picked up for 20,000 coins, which I can only assume has gone up in price because of all the SBCs. Not even because he's meta. Literally because of SBCs. And yeah, he has gone up in price. Up to at least 25, up to at least 26, and he's settling at about 27,000 coins. So we're making about 7K profit on that Sterling to replace with Bamba. We've got to figure out, do we have to put Bernardo Silva on the bench, or do we go with Pogba on the left, Pogba in the center, and then a French guy on the left? We'll figure it out later. Nonetheless, let's hop in to the trading part of today's video. The first thing I've gone out and done is we're starting to fluctuation trade again, and I do have a little bit of PTSD with this Bamba, but it doesn't mean it should hinder me from my next investments. We picked up some Bamba here for about 89,000 coins, and we've got those Bombas to flip for somewhere around 97, 98 here in about an hour, because he got down to a pretty low point here as he's going out of packs soon, and as he's a very good card going into this weekend league. I feel like a lot of people are going to pick him up for their left wing. The only really other good option at left wing that's French is that Diaby card, and I think Bamba is quite clear in terms of those cards. So I feel like Bamba's going to be that number one choice, and he's already up to 92K right now. He's actually selling at about 94, so I'm already getting my coins back at the bare minimum, but I'm looking for at least a few K per card. It's not going to be anything huge. For you guys, though, I'm looking at some of the Team of the Week cards, and there's a few different cards that are going out of packs now, or going out of packs, or have been out of packs, excuse me, with investments. So that's one of the first check boxes you got to look for is out of packs, but is it going to get a complimentary link? And you look at this team of the week, and it's actually a pretty solid team of the week in comparison to what we've seen the last couple of weeks. We've got João Cancelo, we've got Leon Goretzka, you've got Nkunku, and you got Neymar. The rest of those, Aspas isn't that great. Luis Alberto, definitely not good, but high rated. Sommer, I guess, usable, but not really looking for that if you're looking for your red picks. And then you've got Everton, okay? Now, the first cards that kind of catch my eye are the fact that we have two potential center mids in Bundesliga. You've got Goretzka and you've got Nkunku. Although Nkunku's naturally a striker, I think a lot of people are going to use him at center attacking mid, or even at center mid, or even at CDM. He doesn't have as high of defensive and physicality stats, but it is usable at those positions, and it doesn't mean you have to play him at striker to start the game. You can start him at CDM, change your tactics in game, and move him to striker. So a lot of people might actually use him on the defensive end of the field. Some might not. Anyways, the reason I bring that up is because there's a couple of cards that link to both of them on strong links, like that Upamecano Inform card from last week. That Upamecano Inform card has actually not risen a ton out of packs yet, because I feel like a lot of those Team of the Week cards were impacted by all of the market crashes that happened during the second week of rule breakers. I mean, we've seen the market quite at a low point. Now, you've got a question. Overall, the market, is there room for it to rise a ton before Black Friday? I think there's a decent bit of room for it to rise, but we're not going for any long-term investments. I don't think it's worth holding, because with Black Friday coming soon and with all of the big hits that the market has taken this year, I just don't think that it's worth risking holding these cards for very long. So for this Upamecano card, I really think it could go beyond 90,000 coins, no problem, by about Sunday night, Monday, maybe even Tuesday, because there is no UCL this week, so you don't have to worry about UCL marquee matchup supply on Tuesday, which is nice. And when I say marquee matchup supply, there's not going to be anybody packing Dayot Upamecano's Inform in those packs, but if the market drops at all, it seems like even cards that are out of packs do follow the trend. Not as severely, of course, but there are people that panic sell even the cards that are not in packs. So this Upamecano at 79,000 coins, I like. Ideally, you kind of want to get it for somewhere around 78, 79. You got another 79 there. Honestly, I probably should have spent an extra 500 coins to get the ones with a shadow card, but we'll pick up a couple there at 79, no problem. Again, I'm pretty confident with this card because it's got two links. It gets the strong link to Nkunku, it gets the strong link to Goretzka. I feel like a lot of people are going to look at this card as a link. It gets the perfect links, and I feel like it stayed down in price quite significantly because of the Klosterman Rule Breaker card actually being quite affordable. So Klosterman's another one of those investments that I like right now because he does get that link to Goretzka. He doesn't get the strong link to Nkunku, though, so it's not like you're double dipping on the Klosterman. But right now he's about 120,000 coins, which is about the lowest he has been. So you're really not looking at a card that's gone up a ton, which is a good aspect to investing in that card. So the Klosterman I like. I don't love it as much as Upamecano, but I might pick up one or two, especially if he gets down to like 116. I think would be a buy price for me. That 120 with a shadow was probably all right to pick up. Obviously, if you're looking at defenders, shadow cards are the cards that are going to add the most value to that card in particular. And by the way, we figured out a way to make the team work. We went with Bamba at left wing. We went with Jonathan David, the red pick we got from Team of the Week 1, I believe it was, or whatever the first weekend league's Team of the Week was. And we made that link, and we also get that extra Canada link on the left side, which I think is pretty cheeky. I really like this squad build. You don't have any red links in the squad, which is kind of cool, but it's not a no links wasted squad by any means. Nonetheless, I think it's a pretty cool team. So that's what we're rocking right now. Hopefully I qualify for Weekend League because I actually have not done that yet. Nonetheless, guys, those are two of my favorite investments, but let's continue to look at this Team of the Week, see if we can brainstorm some more of the investments to make throughout the weekend. So I've got the Upamecano, we've got the Klosterman, but we look at João Cancelo. He's Portuguese, it's a left back, it's Manchester City. Okay, that's a tough one, especially given the fact that now there are a bunch of other left back options in Premier League. But you got to think, if you pack that untradeable, I feel like you use that card at left back. The ways that you would get that into the team, though, it's tough. Maybe Kevin De Bruyne in the midfield would be a decent shout. He's dropped a ton in price, so I could see some room to rebound in general. And with that extra link, that could be solid. You're looking at Neymar, guys. If you're looking for the links to Neymar and you say, okay, well, maybe Mbappe goes up, maybe cards like that, yeah, you could see a little bit of a rise in Mbappe because he's so rare and so hard to pack. But if you're looking at that Neymar card and you're thinking any of those regular, players from Ligue 1 or Brazil that get packed a lot, like I can't think of any great examples that get good links here. Maybe Wijnaldum, right? Wijnaldum's not going to be affected by this price, by this card, because there's not enough people that pack Neymar. Right? There's not enough people that pack Neymar to impact the price of Gini Wijnaldum or impact the price of really any of the midfielders from PSG. Iago Aspas, I don't think people are going to use him enough, and he's such a generic card. There's not any specific links. And when I mean specific, when I say that, I mean cards that don't have many options to link. You look at that Iago Aspas, there's anybody from La Liga, anybody that's Spanish. There's so many different options to fit that into a team somehow. But you look at Jesus Corona, right? And that is a tough card to link into your team. And he's going for about 40,000 coins right now. And it's a good card. It's got 5-star, and it's just really well balanced. It's pretty OP this early in the year, and people really want to use that card for that price. It's a very cheap price, but the only real way to get that into your team while also maintaining a good right back or a good rest of the team is going Wilson Manafa, who's been out of packs for a few weeks now, and now he's up to 95,000 coins as a pretty average right back. That complement link there has been one of the most effective complement link investments of the year, and it's something I didn't see coming at all, because this Wilson Manafa, believe it or not, was 11,000 coins just 2.5 weeks ago. 11,000 coins. Had you invested in those 11,000 coins, let's say you bought 100 of them, right? You just turned 1 million coins into 9 million coins. That is a hell of an investment. Obviously, it's something that it's very easy to look back, have 2020 hindsight, say you should have invested in it, but we didn't know that Corona was coming out, first of all. Second of all, I didn't think that the Corona would be this cheap, and the lower that Corona goes in price, the higher Wilson Manafa is going to go, because people will buy that Corona thinking that's great value, but the rest of the team to build around it, that Wilson Manafa, not great value currently. If I could short any card, I saw this on Twitter, if I could short any card on the FIFA transfer market, it'd probably be that Manafa, because once Corona becomes outdated, Manafa is going to follow shortly after, unless he gets an upgrade soon with the UCL upgrade, Road to the Knockouts. It's just going to become irrelevant, and it'll drop probably over half in price pretty quickly. So it's something to probably stay away from in terms of an investment. You could even see it go extinct at 100K, but guys, once that Corona becomes irrelevant, once it gets a little less hyped up, that Wilson Manafa is going to absolutely crash in price. So stay away from a card like that. When it comes to the rest of the team of the week, you guys can probably inference and use some of the tools, some of the guidance that we've done with the other investments. Come up with your own investments based on those team of the week cards that we're investing for complement links in, because it's all about the saying that I've brought up before in this series. It's you teach a man to fish, he'll eat for life. You feed a man a fish, he's only going to eat for the day. I can give you this Upamecano, but that doesn't mean you learned anything. That doesn't mean you're going to make a good investment next week. And you're just going to kind of be relying on that hand-fed advice every single week. I want you guys to kind of learn how to make these investments yourselves, how to find the investments, and that's initially what we're going for. So if you made it to the end of today's video, guys, I want you to comment down below. Let's just go ahead and comment Upamecano in the comments. If you use the word Dio or Upamecano or Upa, anything along those lines, I'll make sure to drop a heart on that comment. I really appreciate you guys supporting the channel, supporting all of my different social medias, which are linked down below. So guys, that's going to be it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.